Sit there and cough like a throat, like fucking sore throat. You put 18 up on a box, and people that are not 18 up trying to be like casual viewers of your on here on YouTube, you have to be 18 and plus. No matter, because I'm not on YouTube Kids. YouTube Kids is the app that I'm using, so this wasn't meant to have Mortal Kombat footage initially on there. But if technically this is like cruel, you have like a panda beating up a motorcycle dude as example. I play Lee Chao Lung, the guy with the fortune of them having like a bitch's mouth on Batu, some kind of weird inheritance money. This dude doesn't get it and he ends up having to do his own way. No, the plot synopsis of Tekken in the video game and watching the anime of it with the dude going against Hannah Williams and them having them have the characters try to assassinate these characters that are in a fighting tournament. So all this shit's weird to have some footage of the characters fighting out to the death and shit, and it not to be meant for kids and be 18 and plus on all of this. I put 18 up on the thing initially. I have a box. I push 18 up on the box. Hey Jeremy, dude, works for Channel 5. He could show all the footage of the Ford Taurus going to Shawnee Mission North and them having you have cancer. You had cancer, vitamin D deficiency, vitamin D deficiency. Now, a million years later, supposedly I had cancer back then. It was supposed to just be like be on something. I'm not on meth. I'm not. I'm not on drugs. I've been drug tested. I was 9 hours at a hospital. You can't film the hospital, so you can't film. I filmed them looking at my foot, but I didn't film them for 9 hours because you figured you film something at a hospital. If the staff doesn't like you, and you know this dude was with this Katie King family, Katie Connell, Mitchell Connell. The dude, I had the Mega Man game on another phone app, saved him with the MySpace or Facebook or whatever the fuck they file, and they discontinue all that. They discontinued the Mega Man video game, and I ended up buying the 30 $30 version of it, the single player mode, and they took out the Ortega's house with the actual fucking physical fucking garage and physical fucking having a basement put in. The basement's not there. It's not their basement. It says Ortega. As long as I pay a payment on there and the payment goes through, the money you have money, you get withdraw money, you put on house payment, you directly deposit it on something that isn't physically fucking theirs. Isn't physically theirs and isn't for sale if they rip us off by the fucking government telling you that you're a serial killer and you didn't murder anybody, but you supposedly knew somebody that graduated that damn middle school with me. The damn middle school killed that damn John Paul Garcia dude. If you had somebody that didn't like the same shit as I did, they went and did something to him with a gang or something in California, the MS-13 gang is which the previous battle results are not recorded. Restrictions. I sit there and fart and breathe and fucking just fart the room all day. If I sit here and try to play something and demonstrate it, these people can't say it's somebody else if it says Ortega and your name's Ortega, but they go forth and have some other asshole that doesn't look like me. They can't possibly do that now because he's spooked out by this shit because this dude is psycho. They're gonna go forth and be but this DJ Spins dude isn't. He's more overweight. They're just weird. This Dragon Ball. This phone's all fucked up. There's a scratch on there's a, and I went to the ambulance riot in September in 2012. None of this shit was advanced. Like there was no advancements in the technological side of phones being barely on. And knowing that I didn't have a phone on in 2009 or 10 when John Paul Garcia died, the minutes on it. So technically, when you tell this dude has a phone up saying, "Who is this, a president? Oh, I think he murdered somebody at 4 in the morning with some gang members." I wasn't fucking there because they got fingerprint DNA. As long as I know they didn't wear, they're gonna say they wear gloves or something. They had gloves on. They probably had hazmat suits on, like that Resident Evil One film, and they transformed into the Nemesis. This bullshit. They just go forth and just be creepy with you. Just because they don't like you doesn't mean they throw you under a bus and just gradually tell you that you're not capable of anything. And how do you take the photo stamp copy of it when there's nothing bad? There's nothing bad about. It's not that about them. And now they're going for. There wasn't a PS4 back in 2010, so it wasn't stolen for no Barrio Lopez or Mike Lopez or any of those fucking psychos. And they can't put Garcia next to the fucking thingamabob and then just have this guy like. Cause I had made fun of him physically on the live stream. They'll be mentally disabled from them fucking putting a damn dent in a fucking car back then. And like slamming against it, thinking you're a serial killer involved with some people that I had no idea who came at this dude. Because there's no phone conversation on a phone device. It wasn't physically turned on until like much later in time, until like 2016 or something, 2016 when I made that PlayStation account and had an email address attached to it, and it isn't their fucking phone device. I'm in like where I don't feel like being like zoomed, you examined by somebody, and they can call you like psycho when you have no physical proof of them being psychopath towards you, telling you you're the one that looks creepy, and they're the ones telling you shit without physically meeting a person. That's more psychopathic isms than people physically coming out of a car for the morning and killing somebody at random and not knowing where a guy would have even been at. And John Paul, I had made fun of all this shit on the original page. You didn't like them telling you that this dude was up to no good with that music if they had him out of school at Douglas School on that roll up shit saying there's bodies and trunks. Somebody physically came by here said bodies and trunks. They didn't want you posting any more shit on the whatever call on whatever you had. And at the time I logged out, it was saying all well. And I had made a second page and then got a gathering of folks who tagged me on there, and I just physically made another page, a second page on just a second page. You can be un-American, you don't have a birth certificate, and you're in yearbooks, and you have Social Security card. So technically, you have a birth certificate, but you take it on out with you when you go out places because that's a bitch to replace. It can go back to whatever documentation you have all that. But I didn't show it all off. Showing off the Social Security, Mr. Card, but them being creepy with you and just trolling you, saying they'd spell Salvatore's name on the wall. And you know that they can't physically break in because they wanted to move in this house or whatever the fuck, and they can't just do that if they're just creepy. You don't listen to any of that shit. And I had attorneys. If a relative was one that written all and wavered the shit because of self defense, it was like a self defense. Like you have to defend yourself off people telling you mental bullshit that just come up on the sidelines telling you, "Oh, you're not born from here, so technically you don't have a birth certificate, and you actually were born here." And you go to the hospital knows you're fucking born here. The hospital's weird anyway. The hospital writes you a note saying it was self defense. And then they could physically blame you for shit they were on your land, saying you don't know who the fuck they're messing with. And I went out there and bashed their windows. And then I got like a year probation. And it's like 2023, like 2 years ago. And I had trial over it. I went to trial. I scanned the trial. I went to all that crap. And they examined all the evidence and seen that I was in the right if they're trying to defend yourself off these people saying they're just literally fucking batshit crazy. You have the right to defend yourself, and you have the right to fair trial. So they were parked in the middle of the road, darting us, and I felt threatened by it, so I wouldn't bash their shit in. And I have proof of this. have the footage of my side, and the judge named off all the crap that everything you ever did, and you wipe your ass the wrong way. They said that out loud, and then you turn off your phone. Turn off your phone, and you can't show the evidence. So I don't know. You turn off your phone device, and the phone device belong to some asshole who laughs to circulate everything, thinking everything's so funny and cute. You have the receipts posted all up on that shit. I wish I would have kept the entertainment center sideways. I could have the entertainment center show like I did the Silent Hill footage. I played Silent Hill for a while. If the presidents seem to have their own fucking mental breakdown and midlife crisis where they're on planes with children on a private airplane jet, hovering kids around up in there doing God knows what besides reading books to them. Like what Elmo fishes the puppet and tries to literally have sex with underage kids in fucking Sesame Street. Then you know there's some fucking weird thing involving old men and they're just creeps and to be able to like proceed with something that's more disturbing to think you're a serial killer involved in some murder of some dude rapping some crazy shit. And then coming at them at 4 in the morning without realizing the fingerprints don't match a gun. Who the fuck do I know is capable of doing that shit if he went to middle school with me, got like a Sodom, I got raped by the dude wearing the fucking the dude wearing the rosary and the no names, we're gonna sexually rape you in the ass as children and shit when you're 14 and getting raped by. They come back and they raped John Paul Garcia. Noken took his man cherry at 4 in the morning and they rode him up and down in a car, motherfucker, took him in the backseat and they didn't put their bodies and jumped in when those assholes did that shit. That type of crap they're able to like prison rape somebody that wasn't involved in that shit beyond fucking crazy. Double penetration of get taken by two people, take one person on. They can't even lift me. They can't lift me, so I know I'm good. They can't fucking lift. They're gonna lift somebody that's way overweight. I mean, I may look thin, but like you'd be like saying this guy's like 800 pounds, works at a grocery store. It's beyond crazy. They go from that to a thin guy, and then go from thin to big again, and the skinny or whatever. But I get copyright claim if I play music in the background, so I'm not gonna be like the angry video game nerd and play some jingle about a raccoon dead on the road and smelling his ass crack and putting it in a blender and all this shit's. That's more disturbing than have somebody that has a jingle writer that didn't like it anymore because they don't get paid enough. They keep playing that song over and over again. That Diary of Dookie and its eardrum and have here a bunch of farts at the beginning of it. If I'm old, then I'm old, but I'm not gonna like sit here and say that I didn't click 18 up on a box. You're 18 and up on a box. They have their kids watching your shit and they're making fun of you. Then you look like a kid yourself. But I'm more than over the age of consent. I have clicked 18 and up on a box. If you click 18 up on a box, I'm not on the other app or the dude with the Muppet had like where you read off people when they have like a pledge, like not pledge of allegiance, but like a pledge that they have them read off eulogies or whatever the fuck when a person dies. They don't like he was reading that shit. He was on YouTube Kids. And since I had him like tagged in like the front page, and this dude I don't know if his wife doesn't, if they don't like me anymore or they don't. Like, I'm not gonna ask him. I'm not asking for it now. Like I'm not gonna bug him if this dude doesn't have like you have it on Instagram or you try to like right underneath the box and look you up and then end up blocking you. But on YouTube, I don't think you can like directly block a person like you normally would have on Instagram or YouTube. You sit there and think that this guy with the Muppet is reading Muppets. He's reading Muppets. He's reading Muppets to kid. That's more disturbing to have somebody read like analogies or an obituary page, and they go forth and present themselves, saying they might have did something to the person that died. You don't know who does anything. These people are psycho. So you spend 14,000, and they knock down the funeral home maybe a month after that. They knock it all down. I could sue them directly having this Catholic diocese dude act crazy with you, and you pay like the money. You're not like getting a discount. You didn't get a discount. It wasn't a discount on the free funeral. It's 14,000. They had 25,000 good credit off work, and they had to spend their own money. And there you're hearing this Catholic priest dude like disturbing shit in the background. When you're there with Andrew, you can like directly sue him or something because Andrew didn't get a real reason of them fucking having them have to wig off the medicine. You're on medication that they put you on. These doctors don't give a shit whether you or not you're on this medicine. They could care that you could be on medicine since 14 and they still be telling you some creepy shit. Be on this medication. You're on go to the doctor's appointment. As long as you physically went to a therapy appointment instead of putting you in jail. That's what they did. They wrote it out to where I would go directly to the doctors and then go to an appointment and be on medication. I was on the medicine up until a certain point when the medicine was a shortage at the pharmacy at Walmart on the road. There was a shortage on pills, and I started like fucking saying I didn't want to be on this shit because you don't feel like you feel like tension. You get angry, you get irritable, and you're on this medicine. They don't understand side effects. This asshole is making fun of you. What if you go out there and react to it? The normal reaction is to do something to them if they're talking shit about you. If they're talking shit about you out there directly threatening you with these people, and you film some of this shit, you didn't do anything directly to all of them, but you film most of the shit and explain to your relative probably not to come back here. You don't know what the fuck these people are capable of just fucking doing creepy shit to them, but they don't do a fucking thing to them. But they do. They have courtroom cases where I physically went to the damn court. I already physically had a damn trial. I physically got out of the shit and just had to go to a hospital, and the hospital gives me pills, and they wrote up it was self defense. It's gonna be self defense again if they fucking still continue to make fun of you. They shouldn't be able to do that. But they look creepy as fuck themselves with beady psycho. They have like beady psychopathic eyes, and they're older. They're much older than my parents. And I clicked 18 and up on whatever the fuck before even like explaining that shit on there on the original page. You click 18 and up on a box. So they have people. Technically, they have people watch your shit that's not 18 up. They shouldn't be able to do that. That's bad parenting on their part of them doing that. I played like Mortal Kombat on here, which was on a cell phone, which wasn't their phone, and it wasn't their voice, and it wasn't them. So they get in trouble for them impersonating you and trying like I don't know how the fuck else to explain it. They already haven't explained it. If you physically got a high score on something, if you physically got something physically wrote to you, they physically just wrote to that one person. They didn't write to 50 million people trying to be one person. And there's not 50 million people on one dude's profile that clicked 18 up on a box and didn't want kids to watch it. I had people subscribe to my channel that were like, what, 6 years old? I don't know how the fuck they're even out there. If their parent lets them do whatever, they have this underage kid look you up and subscribe to you. And you sit there like, oh fuck, whether the Mortal Kombat footage on the phone. Initially, all the footage I had was like Mortal Kombat and like Resident Evil, like rated M for mature games. I'm 18 and up. I already explained that. When I was a kid, I played like Frogger on the PlayStation. I played Ape Escape. I played Dragon Ball Z shit back then and I have it on the cell phone. Because the asshole doesn't look that I don't have brown hair. I physically am signed on Meta, like on Facebook, if you have enough people. Then on Twitter, I don't know why I got a following on there. If they fucking have 4,000 people that just somehow make random pages and then they never like talk to you after, like they don't directly message you. Some of them do, but some of them don't. Like if you have a page on something, you put 18 up on a box. You should be only 18 up on a box. You should only be 18 up on a box. They shouldn't be able to do that. So I don't know how the fuck they're able to like even be able to show an ID card if you show that shit or some proof of like evidence of having them like face. You have like the little like Teletubby face as a circle initially when you log on to it. So I don't know who initially had them make that account for them if they're underage. If they're underage, the dude went to fucking military training. Dude's a military dude. Is a recruit. Military. Simon Slam, the dude, whatever the fuck, he still talks to people on YouTube. You can call YouTube and say, hey, my bill, they're not calling you a pedophile or shit. They're not calling you a pedophile. And I hate to say it, but these people are psycho. Where's the fucking kids jumping on the bed and shit? They have dogs barking 24/7 in like frigid temperatures and shit. And they don't call animal cruelty or any of that shit on them. There's people. I don't get how in Tennessee that Patricia and Joe Cartman, they had these people that were so-called related family members, and they could say all sorts of shit about a person, but I never physically did anything like physically like fuck it like mess like Michael Jackson did physical shit with kids, and he had trial and shit. And they let him do whatever the fuck he wanted because he made music and shit. People are bored and they can make music laughing about him beating off the kids and being in restaurants with like 25-year-old dude with like 14-year-old kids underage and shit. Macaulay Culkin. They ha- they have people that physically know that if you have a trial and if they let you fucking walk away from the trial, you're not supposed to film at the trial. So you technically have to turn off the cell phone at the trial. I did all that shit. It's 2023. It's a billion years ago, and they still. It's a million. It'd be like 15 years from now. My parents will still probably be here if they physically have pensions and shit. They have pensions now. They worked long enough that they have a pension, or they get a pension. So the pension that they had put physically in for, and then these people are just fucking here too. So I don't know what the fuck they're making fun of us for saying we don't have jobs. My parents have pensions and shit. They go fucking think that they they think that you physically have a couch being physically being talked to by some therapist lady. The therapist lady gets paid to say you're the client. You're the client of the therapist. The therapist physically heard him say a bunch of shit. Technicality laws. They let you go because they know it's self defense because this guy has an irrational way. They can say they're irrational. They're trying to take advantage of you. Just say they're irrational and they're just taking advantage of the situation of people. They already work for a living. They got a pension. If you got a pension, you don't have to worry about it. They physically got pensions. Pension is when you work enough fucking physical. They worked physical enough fucking time, and they were military. Whatever the fuck, these people are psycho. If it comes physically from the government, technically, they should have been allowed to do that if it worked. They shouldn't be able to tell you anything. Fucking have people that have no legs and they physically have a video game collection and they think that they'll be able to kill people for a living for the government. And those people still seem to lead better lives. I'm not making fun of Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright was. I just looked that up somehow and found a dude buying a bunch of video games. I ended up buying a PC just to play games that I couldn't physically play on the console that I had back then. It went to sleep mode and didn't go out to sleep mode. I didn't feel like fucking having to deal with the shit of people trying to log into it remotely saying the Wi-Fi had no. This like YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, fucking whatever the fuck, BBC America. I don't even watch cable that much because cable fucking buffers. You spend $100 for one and you spend 82 for the other one, and one of those things is buffered and the other one you sit here and watch YouTube, and that seems more technicality, more technical than just watching directly cable box or cable and add more buffer in it than AT&T was like the worst shit ever. Like I spent like an hour trying to upload Resident Evil 2 footage that I still have up on Facebook. If I was dumb, it would be deleted off. It'd be they physically need your fucking device and it's not their device. So if I know that it isn't their device and you had all the damn receipts posted up there saying that I wasn't a full technicality laws where they know the shit already went and walked into a court and you have to turn off your fucking device. So all the proof on there, you have to physically turn off your fucking phone device at a trial. So you can forward all this shit to them and explain to them that, hey, this, that, and that. But they once you physically go into court, like I had already fucking did, you have to turn off your fucking cell phone. It's all the proof. You have them screaming, yelling, telling you a bunch of crazy shit, calling you pedophile and shit. You can't just, not unless you forward it and they said that's not what it's about, sir. Then what's about then? They tried to do that shit before and call you a serial killer when it was crossing. It was something already written an article about the dude in crossing somewhere that had a similar address, but it had a crossing attached to it. So these assholes have LL Cool J somehow directly do like a weird music video where he's in like a bondage bondage strip club doing it. It's called Doing It Now, the bondage strip club. And the slide open and he sees this bitch jiggling her ass has more rights than people just talking about all this shit anyways. People that gyrate their ass on music videos have more rights than everybody. Even the military people sit there and like all this music shit. I don't like any of it anymore. I don't like music shit. I barely watch films. I watched Godzilla vs. King Kong like way back, and I watched Superman. But Superman made fun of Middle Eastern people. I had a Middle Eastern dude gets blasted by this bald headed white dude. Looks like Jeff Bezos from Amazon and shit. You could take that all out of context and say Jeff Bezos shot Osama bin Laden or whatever the fucking this this is weird. I don't understand this. Superman's weird anyway. I fucking had a drunk sister, Superman's sister, drunk with the dog and shit. The dog didn't get like animal cruelty, like you see like that PETA pet, but like not whatever the fuck that weird suit where they make fucking coats. They're Alaskan furs. I passed by Alaskan furs back then, and they're still fucking here. It's 2020. I don't think nobody watches the shit anyway. We still sit there from 2022 and 23 and say, hey, this motherfucker made another page. And the page has like a zillion people on it. Now they might watch this page, but the page that I fucking initially fucking had back then in 2015, nobody watched it. And then they did watch it. They're not watching it now. They're forced to just be like a dead channel or just this dude just gets sued. They don't put you in jail. They probably just try to sue you for money that you supposedly had an email attachment. Email attachment didn't give you the full like info about no response back to the damn people giving you this tax free buddy or Splenda or whatever the fuck. You can't fucking text email these people back and say how come I signed something physically for like Facebook. Facebook's different from YouTube, but Facebook's so weird that they can just fucking wipe you off there and not give you a reason why. They only said because I had wrote onto the timeline from like they can't even go back that far myself to go saying post it, repost it, and get the laughing emoji. So I don't know how the fuck it's humanly possible for them to even log in and physically fucking just wipe you off there and then say they give you 180 days to reply back and say the reasons why you don't want you deleted off there. And I must have not gotten deleted off there. So I'm still out there. Who could feel like I don't I don't think that's fair to have something on there when you wasn't. There's people underage on Facebook, and they're on Facebook underage and shit. I hadn't done that initially when I was on there. I was like 19 going into 20. So 19 going into 20 myself. I clicked on a box, 18 up box. It's just fucking just have you be like whatever the fuck these people look you up and they start shit with you. You go to Taco Zone, Taco Via, this restaurant place in Kansas, and it wasn't Javier to do with the Evan. Evan, I don't know how the fuck that this somebody named not Lauren Bell. She had said that Mike Lopez, Evan, and me were pedophiles. But Evan's reading fucking books of kids and shit, watching animal porn. And we went to Minnesota. We really did go to Minnesota if I have a digital fucking camera. I got a digital camera back in 2019, and they were watching animal fucking porn. This dude wanted to fuck a sheep. We were in a cafe. We were in a video game cafe, and this dude with a stick figure avatar called the Russian Mafia wanted to fuck a sheep. And it was all that shit. I was sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even into that shit. I'm like, what the fuck type of crap is this? They paid $65 to watch the donkey get blurred out with some blonde girl fucking doing crazy shit to the fucking sheep, a dog, a horse. They're on horseback like HBO back in late 2001. Is that like females on horseback, butt ass naked, and their titties will just have HBO have crazy shit on it. Just remember that shit at random. Just flipping channel scene that shit's beyond fucking crazy. I just don't think they have anything on here and they say like, oh, this guy is sick in the fucking head saying a bunch of crazy shit, and they're out there calling you a pedophile, and you're not even like watching YouTube kids. It's like shit. Evan was on YouTube kids with his camera Muppet. But fuck that. That's beyond crazy. Looking at them, watch music videos. Then these people got your thing, and pace back and forth. I don't think I'm gonna turn this music on. If I get copyrighted by Dragon Ball Z for having, I don't feel like having people in the background like make like live cut this. And they were on like bongs and shit. They're lighting up a meth bomb coming across the wall, thinking that somehow if they're entitled to. This is crazy shit. Yeah, man. That Kyler used to be married two fucking females. I'm not nothing. They didn't understand he had it on Twitter where this dude talking about this dude being in Belton and having this footage of this person walking out of school and never being seen again. That's not right. Don't be able to say that. That's the fucked up shit. We're gonna have somebody be like, name something, like they name you fucking Fozzie, they can walk past you, call me Fozzie Bogo. We'll sit there and try to play this. We'll sit there and bathe, shower, Audrey Baby, Trump, and no to go keep. Let's see if I can win this match. I have a capture card. You just type in capture screen and it has a thing built in. I think the other ones had automatically. I lost. I freaking internet is good on this thing. Internet fucking on the other dude. What's the call? Like it. Fucking shit. I won the match. I won the match. So just log it out of it. The internet sucks. Global fiber is the worst internet shit because they discriminatory. Hang up the phone on them. Don't know how to put the fucking Wi-Fi up on the damn computer, but you have to type in the password to type in the damn password. If I fucking had the shit synced up to 2 accounts and tagged the same people, then added a bunch more shit, and then sat there on a PlayStation shit trying to like, yeah, that shit's more difficult trying to plug in something on an internet connection that doesn't make sense to have them darting you if you're on them and you call the internet provider and they're not calling you a pedophile or at least the people that are on the phone with them, or not calling people on here, like on Twitch, are weird. They could be with their butt cheeks hanging out and the waterfall behind them and shit, in a mansion making fun of us and shit, and they can physically do shit, and they can't just sit there with their ass cheeks hanging out, getting the most craziest shit happen to them. They sit there with their butt hanging. Shit. It's crazy. It's just automatically one because the internet sucks balls. The internet is better. It freeze. These people make fun of you. It's not even worth watching. You paying like $200 a month for something that's not worth. And once the internet gets taken off, they can't fucking detach some other shit and like put. They're not a pedophile if they don't have a psycho. They don't even. I'd have a high score. You psychopathic. I have a high score. I have a yearbook photo, a yearbook, people in yearbooks, many yearbooks. I'm not a loser. A psycho. Watch somebody be crazy with you, telling you you're a loser. If you automatically win on a device that says your last name, then you're a winner in my book. Be best. The best solution is it's not to listen to these people streaming. They could be on Twitch, like I said. Twitch is weird. Twitch has them all butt ass naked in front of a waterfall and shit. With ass cheeks hanging out. You wish you could go up to ladies that shit, they would do that shit in real life. They'd be screaming and shit. Michael Jackson was able to do that shit with kids, so I don't know that type of crap. Michael Jackson was more of a pedo than I was, because Michael Jackson had an anchor at Disneyland in this Macaulay Culkin stream and shit. be able to tell you that's not right. Mina Kunis can be 14 years old getting raped by Ashton Kutcher, but they're fucking making comments off people because the dude looks like a model or whatever. The fuck Mina Kunis got 14-year-old raped by Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher addressed Danny Master. And that Tony Ortega dude, he took the Best 70s show and made him all rethink this shit. They have this Ashton Kutcher dude make fun of people like me, and this dude did more except Brittany not Brittany Mac, Brittany, I forgot what her name was. Brittany Murphy died because they overdosed her, or I don't know what the fuck. Brittany Mac, not the bitch who Patrick Mahomes, but all that shit's crazy. They have these people who do crazy shit too. They don't make them out to be anything worse or anything else. Just no time in the world to sit there and think that these people have money so they can write a check and say, "Oh, oopsie daisy, I done fucked up. I'm gonna write you a check." So I have massive fortune. You can physically get a high score on something. They can't possibly get a high score like you did at that point in time at random on a thing that wasn't even logged in that long, for an email attachment that wasn't even on that long. It just fucking get made fun by these people. Be able to tell you crazy shit that much. I'm so thinner than I physically appear thinner than them about that shit. They're gonna look psycho, and I eat a lot more than they probably do. Sit there, eat all this fast food crap. But I exercise. I will walk around and they said you was only Catholic for one fucking day, and they told me that shit long ass time ago. The lady was at this mental hospital for overdosing. Oh, you was only Catholic for one day. You was only one day Catholic. You didn't even get baptized. That was gonna be like Piccolo in Dragon Ball Z GT, where he goes to hell. Piccolo went to hell. The green The Green Namek dude that can grow back his arm and shit. What the hell, mother? I know Piccolo with the antenna, motherfucker had antenna and shit. Piccolo with that mother. Piccolo with the Piccolo with the hell in Dragon Ball Z GT and shit. So fuck Dragon Ball Z because that shit's racist. We're gonna have Majin Buu with the thong on and shit. Character just automatically unlocked and I have this pink fucking. You know, they never seen something pink before. I have this pink fucking character and shit. I could have fucking voiceovers and shit. I did see something pink in the voice of that shit, but I'm not a sick fuck. This sit there, this nigga that shit, they see something pink or something, or some creepy shit, and seeing the cat's asshole go up the stairs on James Rope and shit. He talked about cat's assholes and shit. You didn't see them. They didn't call him a pedophile. They walk past her and say James Rope and you're a pedophile and shit. But James Rope made fun of all sorts. He had a bucket going upstairs with balls coming out of it. Shit. I was like, that's the most creepy shit. As I stopped watching James Rope because it shit made me mad that the dude got like a break on something and became like phenomenal. It's like just you could do the same shit back then. Words on screens and shit and say like a karaoke song and do the words wrong or something. Like what goes up must come down. But instead of what goes up must come down, you hear the same voice but they're saying like butt cracks. So if you're schizophrenic, technically they're fucked in the head for telling you this shit because you can tell them all sorts of shit back and they'll just get put up in whatever the fuck to will get put up in. They do if they said you was a pedophile, you don't have nothing at all with kids. You're not around anybody physically under the age of 18 and you click 18 up on a box. If you click 18 up on a box, you click 18 up on a box. They can't have their whatever the fuck. I'm not on YouTube Kids. Like there was a Kermit Muppet was on whatever the fuck, but I wasn't on YouTube. Good shit. I don't even look. Like when I go to the casino, they think I'm a kid. They think I'm still physically like a 14-year-old fucking kid. So I know I'm not gonna go to jail if I already had stand trial and they named off all the shit and I didn't film them doing that. I was supposed to film that shit and then log out because I don't want to get in trouble for filming the court. They filmed the court. I already went to court. I already physically filmed a trial, so technically, and that's why Facebook's trying to delete me off Facebook for having the proof on there, for having the fucking physical proof on there. There's people on Twitch, but they have their ass cheeks hanging out, and they get paid like buku bucks and a waterfall behind them at that, with their asses hanging out. So I don't know how to fucking physically. I'm not doing. I physically don't know what the fuck else to say. If you already physically had something and you already went to it, they're not gonna do this shit over and over again until they physically. It's not right. You're sitting there having it so loud up so you don't hear people making fun of you and shit, and it's like cold and it's like frozen over. It's just they get copyright guidelines strike. You play their music and he didn't do anything. He didn't like they're not selling CDs, bootleg music. Like at Roanoke, this guy used to sell bootleg movies. He would burn off all the movies that were out in the period of time back in 2010. Whatever the fuck. And I didn't even film myself at the gym. Like you could physically film yourself at the gym. And back then you couldn't physically do that where I was at the gym. You couldn't physically film yourself at a gym. They would say you'd be fucking filming women and shit at a gym, fucking jogging too on a treadmill and shit, but I couldn't even physically do that. I just took photographs of myself at a gym back then, but I didn't physically film a gym. I don't even feel good. Like if you're diabetic, physically you're disabled if you're diabetic. You have to eat a lot of crap or to even to start like getting over. When I was overweight, I wasn't even. But when I was, I don't want to get copyright guy. Let's drink off this hard for a second. They just think like having anything up and then click it 18 up on a box. As long as you click 18 up on a box, that prevents the person from saying this underage kid watch your shit. They're going to sue you because they have some kid watch your shit. Then that's the parents' fault. They're supposed to be 18. You click every time you physically upload something. You click 18 up on a box. I had Mortal Kombat footage, which was Mortal Kombat. They banned people for posting fatality footage, like having them like take out their umbilical cord and swing a baby around like Freddy got finger and shit with Tom Green did most crazy shit in his film categories, and they showed it up on the big screen. So I got you. I already had a cord. They can't have any more cords. I already went to physically had to turn off the camera with all the shit on there, so they physically can't do. It'll be the same shit. If you physically went to court and only have a photograph, if you took one photograph and didn't film it, so I didn't break the law there. When you go to court, you're not even supposed to film it or turn. They say turn off your fucking phone when you're standing up in trial. And I already went. I already went. Hey, I already can psycho physically hurt you. And it's 2023. It's like a couple years back anyway. That was like that'd be like a billion years ago. They still anything they do crazy shit. They have fucking call girls on music videos. They have people strippers as like people twerking in their music videos. They have more rights than physical anybody that has a high score. That had a high score. Do you have a high score on something? No, they don't have a high score on something. So technically, if you physically got everything unlocked by normal fucking means, by normal means, not by imaginary machine that just has it pop out at random, and you physically had a high score on something, technically they can't take that from you because that's your device. And technically it's your device that says your last name on it. And technically they're wrong too for making fun of you and shit. And you prove right there too far back to go on the timeline, but I don't think that it's fair to be accused of whatever the fuck, and I'm not whatever the fuck they initially call you a child molester when you're not molesting anybody's kids. How come that Ashton Kutcher, that Brittany Murphy died? Ashton Kutcher killed that Brittany Murphy girl with Puff Daddy. Ain't there? Dad's military asshole. Fucking dad's military psychopathic bitch. How am I retarded if you have physical proof and evidence and you look younger than this dude who's gonna be like 800 pounds at the shit trying to be you, and they'll put him in Pound Town for trying to impersonate you, weighing to be 800 pounds. So that's more fucked up. Liz, or whatever. Hello? Hello? Huh? We came to KFC down here. Yeah. We're gonna get chicken for dinner, each of us. What do you want? Probably the same thing, whatever you guys get. I don't know. Well, they have Taco Bell and then 3 tacos, and I don't know what else. You want that or you want chicken? I want chicken, but I don't know what they just get. Whatever. I don't know what are they. I don't know. The one piece chicken with mashed potatoes. Okay, the 2-piece chicken. Yeah.